to the hip hop, the hippie. Hip hip hop, you don't stop the rock. My brother is a failure. He can't do nothing right, cuz he won't beat you.
The fuck did you just say?
You heard me.
You said the hip, the hop, the hippie. You said hippie.
Yeah,
One.
The hippie.
This is the hippie.
No, not what I say. Fuck those dirty bitches.
This is not 1960s.
It can be.
If we believe hard enough.
If we believe, what? We're breaking free. We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can reach.
Let your imagination be your wings. Welcome back to another Let's Play.
Just doing it up. You know what I wish? I don't know. I don't believe that. I didn't check on this 100%.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I got you. It exists. You can get a surgery that can completely take your penis, cut it up the middle of it, and fold it inward.
Is that how that works? Like legitimately?
Yeah, they cut your balls and penis, and then they fold it in on itself, and then stuff it.
Really?
Inside, yes.
I never knew that's actually how it worked. Like well, obviously I knew there was a sex change.
It's online. You could watch how it goes down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's intense.
Editor, put it on the screen. Just kidding.
Where was the end of this video? Put it up. Just a picture of a chainsaw.
They would just have like a millisecond of it, just like showing with just like the hardest music going, like for a moment.
It's gonna be that scene from the Evil Dead remake where she's chainsawing the
oh my god, yeah.
When it's raining blood, like.
All right, Mrs.
Holy
Or no. All right, Mr. I mean, Mrs. Smith.
Mrs. Hiv.
All done. I said Smith.
I was like, Mrs. Hiv.
Hiv.
No, I was gonna say, I wish that when you beat this game of the champion, he gave you, like, everyone gives you like an outfit, but the champion outfit had a cape and just a shit ton of like different advertisements for different Pokemon companies.
Oh my god.
Back. Holy shit! He killed it!
Yeah, it looked like it. He took down the dumb Gigantamax Meowth.
The best part is he skinned it after. Not one piece going to waste. Gertie. Oh, it's only been 2.
We've only beat the Rock Gym and then the Dark Gym.
But what I would like to point out though, that we've gone through all the areas before that. Right?
No, we didn't.
Oh, fuck off.
Graham! I know you boys want to beat the game as soon as possible, but I have something to say.
Tire already. My knees, they just hurt.
My knees.
My pain.
You know how you're supposed to have kneecaps? Well, I don't have kneecaps. I have knee naps.
Because I need to sleep.
I'm so tired. I go to the clothing store and I don't have the energy to pick out something colorful. I just buy beige.
White's my only color.
I can't see all the rest.
I love how he's telling me low battery and I'm not even using that controller.
I don't know. Yeah, your Switch is fucked, dog.
Whatever, dude. It works. Ever been fucked? By Switch.
I've never been fucked. I've only done the fucking. You need to see The Watchmen.
Everyone keeps telling me that. Except for I
just finished the first season today. Last episode came out.
I was watching, not watching, but I saw like a little picture of it. Is it just me, or does Mr. Manhattan look cheap?
Well, I think he doesn't have like a CG glow to him anymore. Like when he does powers, he does. When he actually uses his powers, he actually starts to glow, and his eyes glow too. But I think what's making him cheap is because they literally went practical with him for this.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have like crazy, like blue eyes. He has like normal eyes. So I was like, what the fuck, Dr. Manhattan with human eyes? That's weird, and you don't like it. But
yeah, I was looking. I looked at a picture, and I kept looking, and I was like, he kind of just looks like a dude that tried to try out for the Blue Man Group. It didn't quite work out, and he got really mad, and now he's killing people.
No, but it makes sense. If you actually watch the season, it makes sense why he doesn't
like
look Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, I mean, this is an outside perspective looking at it. I'm sure there's like a total reason behind the whole thing.
Best TV show I've ever watched.
Really?
Yep. Willing to say it.
Even better than The Boys?
Yeah.
Better than what's the other one that
Game of Thrones. Better than Game of Thrones. Better than The Boys.
I never could catch that ride. I tried so hard. I got so far, but in the end,
that song needs
it
to
just
die.
didn't work.
If there's one, if I had the powers, like the aliens came down, beam me up, is like, you have one wish. I'd be like, the Linkin Park song never was made because every time.
I remember since I got so far, it has to follow. But it didn't matter. It's such a played out joke.
That never happened. Yeah.
I can't not.
It's like one of those trigger words though, where it's like you're talking a normal sentence, and then it's like you say his phrase, and you're like, oh wait, that's that popular song that I need to sing right now.
People need to think I'm edgy and funny. But it is like it's like a white people conditioning.
They need like an AA kind of meeting for these things. It's like, hey, my name's Tom. Hi, Tom. So
I tried so hard. Tom, what do we talk about?
In the end, I still have a problem.
But I just can't help it.
It's okay, Tom. It's okay.
This is a safe space. We're all here to talk about our problems. Look at Sheila can't stop saying, I feel like a woman every 10 seconds. I feel like a woman. And Joe over there, every time he hears the word 86, he hits the phone. 8675309.
Thanks, Phil. But these tapestries, you know what they remind me of right now? Like the richest white people, like the 1%ers. Yeah. They have these tapestries in there. It's like the white people have been through some harshities in their life.
And the guy's like looking, like smelling a flower, and he's just like this. One time I picked a flower and it smelled bad. Alright, here we go.
Okay, here. Oh yeah, we're playing Pokemon, guys.
Wait, that's what this game is?
That's what this game is. It's where you collect monsters.
Why does he? Do you know why he shakes every time he hits the field? You know, like some Pokemon like shake, like whoop, and they'll do like a little.
Probably because they have to shake off the horrific things that they were just experiencing in the Pokeball. Like darkness, like they're just in darkness.
That's like they're like getting tortured in there.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, you ever been in a little box? You ever been in a little box you couldn't get out of?
I haven't been able to fit in a little box since I was a small wee child. My dad kept me in there for weeks.
Yeah, ever since you're out of your mom's little box.
Jesus. You feel good about that, Michael?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Feel fucking great.
I love how he's a dragon type. I don't get that.
What, Pelipper?
Yeah.
He's not a dragon.
You would think he is because he's part of the dragon gym team. He's got to have some connection there, right?
Yeah, I guess you would think, right?
Yeah, because, like, I mean, these are all... Because every Pokemon has, like, the same type somewhere among there. Look him up real fast.
Maybe it's like a He's not a dragon.
Dude, look him up so you can satiate...
He's flying in water, I think.
Dude, just wait. You're going to pull him up as, like, a water dragon? You're like, fuck you. Come on.
I'm doing it.
Do you have like 2 fingers you can use that for?
Pelipper is a water flying Pokemon.
Why is he in the dragon?
But his Ninetales in a fucking booty. Well, that one's dragon. The left one's dragon. Well, I guess the right Pokemon's always not dragon.
That's what it is. The future. Video game reviews. While
wearing tampons.
See? We're in this! We're in it!
Well, we don't even acknowledge that we're wearing tampons, so we're just literally getting together as 2 friends, reviewing games with tampons on our ass.
And then, like, at the end of every video, we turn around, show bare ass, tampon string sticking out.
Stay poopy! Fucking wag our ass.
Stay poopy! Like, flagging in the air.
Well, you got some swing to that tail. You're like a Doberman, man.
All right, guys. That's
I think
that's a good end note. We'll come back and we'll be doing this. So
stay poopy.
Stay poopy.
Unless you got a tampon in your ass.
Then stay clean.
Precisely. That's a douchebag. That's a douche. Do you know what a tampon is
and
for?
we're back.
Are we back right now?
Yeah, fuck it.
How are you gonna cut that audio?
You'll notice.
You literally gonna have to skim through.
Michael, it's at this beginning of the fight. Just remember this.
I'll try. You have to remember. You'll probably be the one editing the show.
I'll remember this. I'll remember this moment. Only because
Look at he's scary. He's a scary man.
He's definitely the guy in high school that wear like fang prosthetics.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, but he was
My
like.
name's Damien. I'm the vampire of the night.
But then he got like too old and he realized it was kind of cheesy, so he went from a vamp kid to a dragon kid,
yeah.
dragon guy. I just like fucking dragons. So where'd they come from? I have a whole lore on it. I have books,
I
shelves.
filed these down. It's too late for me to do anything about it.
I have a whole bookshelf dedicated to the origin of the dragon.
Yeah, why not?
What is this guy? This guy has his mouth wide open while it's like fucking sandstorming out here.
Well, do you notice that when he Gigamaxes, he has his Rotom like take a picture of him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Love it.
Hiya!
I like how he's so extra.
He just knows himself, you know? It's confidence.
What a lot of people call. What? Oh my god.
Jesus.
Sorry guys, my mic just fell.
I'll tell you what, I feel like your mic has a lot of like the stand
Don't say it.
for it has like a lot of like.
Don't say it.
Like knock on wood, just.
My stand is beautiful.
Yeah,
Feels like we're talking about JoJo Bizarre Adventure. My stand is gorgeous.
Your stand
I
is
wish JoJo was real like that, where everybody had their own stand. It'd be sweet. You don't know what I'm talking about, but
No, I don't. I do and I don't.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen an episode. Ish.
Well, the stands don't come in until like season 4.
Like I've seen an episode where like they have those guys that are like behind them the entire time.
Actually, season 3. Yeah, that's a stand.
Yeah. Holy shit! Wow! I love how he's got smaller versions of like a base form of his Pokemon in his like catapults.
Yeah.
And in his description form, he says he launches them at the speed of sound while entering battles. So those things just are like.
Only alive for a moment. Have no time to even conceive.
Yeah, like that's kind of a fucked up like sentiment of what that actually is. All right.
Is it basically like he's just like birthing these new forms? Like it's a constant like.
I do not know.
It's a self-reproducing thing.
Couldn't tell you.
Also, it's like half ghost, half dragon, and I think it literally is half ghost, half dragon because his bottom form is like ghostly, but then his top is just dragon. So he's like half dead.
He's like half dead, half alive. The pain never stops.
I am nothing and everything at the same time. I'm telling you your shit, dude. Prepare.
Gotta get a selfie.
Yeah.
8 million likes. I thought this one was a little uninspired.
I'm a tower.
I'm a building. People live inside me.
My little spermies go to work every day.
You see someone on the top of like, help me!
It's
Help
burning.
me! Just like pounding on the glass. Get me
Oh my god, you know what's reminding me right now? Dragon Ball's sending his 2 airplanes into the building.
Yeah. Oh no! And we set the timer.
Oh my god, dude, that's a fucking shit. Only true Double Punch fans won't know that. Dude, that's crazy. I almost got a seizure from watching that happen.
My pee-pee!
Hey, pee-pee. Aww.
Was it... Wait, did it permanently reduce it?
Yeah.
Fucked up.
That's scandalous, dog. Well, I'm done with you.
Oh! The guy on the top floor. No!
I gotta jump! It's not very funny, though. I wouldn't imagine having to just decide whether or not to, like... You'd have to jump. It's like the only thing you'd have to do is try to jump and survive that fucking
You know, it's
ball,
funny.
dude.
When I was hanging out with your brother on Friday, your brother was like, "Would you rather like?" He was like, "If you're in a plane and the plane is crashing, would you want to like, and you had a gun, would you just blow your brains out?" I'm like, "No, why not? Why?" Like at that point, if the plane's going down, there's no way you're gonna survive. 0 ways.
Yeah, why not have life be the one to pull the trigger for you versus you having to go through the extra layer of stress
to kill myself? Yeah, exactly. like I am. If you are in like a passenger plane and you fall from top altitude, you are going to die. Like there's ways. Yeah.
Well, if you're Bruce Willis.
Well, what
from Unbreakable.
Oh, well, I'm not. Let me clarify that.
Not all of us can be, but
Yeah, but it's like no plane at that altitude that just like plummets and crashes will ever survive. It's not how it works. I would die, and as soon as like the only bad part would be the split second when like the front of the plane hits the ground and it's like coming towards me. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, there will be that like partial moment where that's happening, but as soon as you hit the ground, you're done. You're not gonna be like It's gonna be a split second. You're done. It'll be way harder to go and kill yourself.
I feel like there should be an answer to that kind of thing already. Like, like foam that once released from a certain compartment hits the oxygen and like inflates itself, but then once exposed so on impact it's like an airbag. It just fills the whole like plane with like this foam that kind of strengthens and covers everything, so it absorbs the impact. Yeah, but then after a moment of being exposed to the oxygen, it decreases from that form and slowly kind of like.
But then at that point, you'd have to make it so that the plane would have zero oxygen for it to not deform once it's in oxygen.
Well, yeah, with the compartments, that it's in.
Now, how are you gonna breathe?
Huh?
How are you gonna breathe no oxygen?
Well, I mean, hopefully it's a certain formula for that thing to where it starts to deflate, but absorbs the initial impact.
Everyone have to have an oxygen mask on.
Yeah, there you go. But also, I feel like there'd be a lot of problems with having that, like, always in the plane, because it could just go off accidentally.
Yeah. Just like, whoa! And then everyone's just suffocating. Like, or, one thing I always thought about is, like, why don't they just have, like, ginormous industrial size, like, parachutes that could, like, pop out of different sections of the plane, and the plane would just get caught by it. You know what I'm saying?
Or like the pilot.
Down the descent,
No, like think of a space shuttle. You know how it detaches itself from things. Like they could just have the pilot just be like, all right, we're gonna do this because we're going down. Get out of the cockpit, and go back there to where everybody else is. Push a button, it detaches itself, and then
whoosh, and it floats down.
Yeah.
Or the exact opposite. The tail end, they can just detach the tail and like two gigantic fucking parachutes just shoot out.
And then slow down, like.
Just to slow down the descent. You don't. It's not gonna.
It eventually slow down, but then it would like, and then just go down and start just floating down.
Yeah, like just something to like. To provide like some type of like stop to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at very minimum, get it down to like a 30-mile-per-hour drop.
I feel like the technology's there. I
feel like we could do it. Except they don't want to.
They want you to die. They want normies. They want Muggleborns to die. The 1% don't care about you.
Oh my god. It's a wizarding fucking conspiracy. The wizarding rolls out to kill us. That's what it is. Tell me about it.
Avada Kedavra!
Avada Kedavra! The planes don't actually crash. It's like a wizard flying next to it, like in the Boy.
Oh my god, yeah.
He's just flying next to you, he's like, hey!
Holy shit! Imperio! Just controls the plane, or the pilot to just fucking just go down.
Mm-hmm. I almost used a spell last night when we were fighting.
Oh yeah?
I was almost going to really lean into the aggressiveness, and I was like... kind of like,
what spell would you have used?
I have the...
We're doing a Harry Potter campaign right now, guys.
I have, like, that Petrificus spell that, like, paralyzes the people, like, stuns them real fast. I was going to stun them so then when they were beating the shit out of that kid, he'd be like...
I would have had Jeremy, like, fall in a bad spot and just, like, snap his neck on something. He just, like, killed a kid, like, first year. Like, dude, whoa.
I will say, though, it is kind of hard... it is kind of hard. Oh yeah, hey, shout out to all my boys that are popping up on our screen over here. This is a free shout out on the internet for you. I can't pronounce your name.
Xanatos.
Either way, what did
I about to say it's really hard being a player like me.
Yeah, it's really hard being an adult. Pretending to be an 11-year-old who just learned he was a wizard and he's going to school, because I think that we find ourselves being maybe overly aggressive than an 11-year-old would actually be. or like overly reactive to something. Like I think that if maybe it's just me as an 11-year-old, if I was 11 years old, if I think about how I would have acted if I was in the position of Alex and Jess, I'm pretty sure I would have just started crying. And wouldn't have been able to say anything. I wouldn't have been able to articulate a thought about how he shouldn't have been teaching. I would have been like, he's just so mean to me.
Yeah.
And I would cry. But like, and like, same thing with like, we beat the shit out of that kid. We're like,
Kind of.
dude, we're. I'm telling you,
I mean, they're playing tricks on you, but it's kind of like one of those bullies at school where they kind of like fuck around with you too much.
The tricks are harmless though. We're like physically hurting this kid, emotionally and physically. Like we've embarrassed him throughout the entire school, or Eric did.
Kind of, yeah. Punched him in the face.
And then, freaking.
It's pretty.
Dustin's character was like, I don't know what this does, but I'm gonna use it in his throat. I'm like, what?
I don't like that. That was funny.
It was funny, but I'm like, this got like dark. Like, whoa.
Oh, I love Kyle.
Kyle's like, I'm gonna use this on your throat. I'm like, what?
Kyle in this campaign, he's a Muggle born, and he's going in this wizard school. He doesn't know what the wand does that much, but he's kind of strong because he has strength of a Muggle.
Yeah, he's physically opposing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, didn't he put stuff in like magic, like spell casting in general too?
I have no idea.
I don't know if I feel like I've heard him say that once. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Anyways, D&D's fun, guys. If you guys don't know how to roleplay, you should. And if you want to see us do sessions, we could try to make that happen. Like, you could watch us do an actual session of a campaign that we're doing just for fun. That we already do.
We'd have to put a lot of work into that,
I could do it. We did it for Alex's first campaign. There's recordings out there right now.
God,
that you could watch. No, the first one's funny, but then it gets kind of... Like, people weren't really into it, though.
Well, it's because we had too many people playing.
Yeah, we did.
We had too many people playing, and we're not quite.
I don't think you were a part of the first one.
With Alex's first one wasn't like the whole thing with like Dustin's character, and then like we had like 3 other guys that I didn't really know playing.
Oh yeah, you were there. Jesus Christ! I don't know why I was like, wait, Cernir was part of that first campaign. Yeah, that we have recordings.
My boy.
We
but like I don't. I think that we
go back in time if you want.
We weren't good enough to have that many players, and then everyone kind of take the moment to shine. Yeah. Like even
true.
I think there's some people just like to kind of chill out when they play D&D, and kind of like experience it, which is great, but it's not really good for like content.
Yeah.
Because then you have like 2 people that just.
You'd have to get the right crowd. You'd have to get the right players to actually make it entertaining.
Because if you just have 2 people that are the only ones talking the entire time, that's not really fun.
Yeah, for watching or playing.
No, not really.
Been one of those players where I think the GM and one of the his friends that was playing the game talked about his campaign like a bunch and knew exactly what was happening because I didn't know what to do next in the story. Their story, it was just like them. And one of the players knowing exactly what to do next, and I was just kind of lost. I was just having fun still, role playing, but yeah, story wise,
you were there to be like a wallflower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cute. Oh.
Yeah, thanks, man. This little wallflower in the corner.
I'm a lovely girl in a lovely world.
All right, now shut the fuck up. Just sit there and watch.
You just shut the fuck up. But I want to be a part of it too. I say shut the fuck up.
Doesn't that horse look like it's wearing those high heel boots that are popular where they're kind of baggy and they look like fabric, but then they go into heels? Is that what they're called? No, that's jeans. Talking about those popular boots that girls with shorts will wear, and then these boots go up their leg and it's kind of saggy looking, but
Dude, I don't. You know what? In your defense, I'm not a big boot guy.
You should become a boot guy.
You should definitely be a boot guy. Yeah. All this training, and I feel like it's all for naught. I will say that this game did a really good job at This game did a really good job of making it so that even though a Pokemon is level 45,
still has a fighting chance.
He's like I'm like he was fucking me up.
Yeah, he's fucking doing pretty good.
And like, I actually hold on. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if my Pokemon would have the same gracious abilities though. Like if he was 65 and I was 45, I don't think that I would be in as good of a position as he is. I think they tailored even though he says 45, I think that the Pokemon that the NPCs have a bit of a buff depending on where.
Probably have like good IVs generally.
Yeah.
Up to this point, just have pretty good stats.
Because that's the only way that would make sense. Because there's no way that a regular level 45 Pokemon would be doing that.
It's a big boy.
Dude, I tried to find. It took me forever to find a Duraludon over here.
You need to find the Glacian or Galar Damanitan for me and trade it to
What's
me.
he look like?
He looks like a monkey, like a big ball on his head.
Oh yeah, I got one.
You already got one? Well, you need to trade it to me.
I think I got one.
You need to trade
Did you bring?
You need to
Switch?
trade a female to me. Yeah, I did actually.
You know we. What time is it?
It's 7 some, or no, it's just
8.
turned 8.
If once we beat the game tonight, once we beat the game tonight, we should totally do an episode where we battle.
You should do a single battle where you put your top Pokemon up against mine.
With that,
No, we do one. No, just
I would
full
say we'd have to do a couple of them because that wouldn't be very fun if you just get a type advantage at that point.
Well, no, it's random.
If anyone get a type, well, I mean, it's random only if like it's semi-random. Because you don't know who my best Pokemon is. It's definitely not Hattern.
I hope it's not. I hope you have something else to bring to the table.
I put her in there like, you dumb bitch, of course it was!
You knew it was it. Alright, I think this
No, we're gonna
is a great world that we live in.
Think it's an episode? I don't know, man.
It's a lovely world and thank you for joining us.
We hope you stay poopy.